The old house stood silent, a monument to a family feud. Two brothers, once close, hadn't spoken in years. A misunderstanding, a harsh word. Pride had built a wall between them, thicker with each passing season. Time, the supposed healer, had only deepened the wound. Their story is not unique. We all have experienced the sting of conflict, the pain of broken relationships. Whether a family feud, a broken friendship, or a simmering resentment, these wounds can fester, casting a shadow over our lives. We long for healing, for a way to bridge the divide. In the tapestry of human experience, forgiveness shines as a beacon of hope, a pathway to restoration. It is a powerful force capable of mending fractured hearts and rebuilding broken bridges. But the path to forgiveness is not always easy. It requires courage, humility, and a willingness to let go of past hurts. Forgiveness is not about forgetting or condoning the wrong. It is about releasing the bitterness, the anger, the desire for revenge. It is about choosing to love, even when it's hard, even when the other person may not deserve it. It is in that act of love that we find true healing for ourselves and for others. In the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 13, we find a powerful message of healing and unity. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. These words offer a balm for the soul, a roadmap to reconciliation. Bearing with one another implies patience and understanding. It means recognizing that we are all flawed, imperfect beings. We make mistakes, we stumble, we hurt others, intentionally or not. To bear with one another is to extend grace, to offer compassion instead of judgment. It is easy to focus on the faults of others, to magnify their shortcomings. But Colossians 3:13 calls us to a higher standard. It challenges us to look beyond the surface, to see the humanity in each person, even those who have wronged us. Forgiving as the Lord forgave us is a profound concept. It requires us to tap into the infinite well of God's grace, to embrace the radical forgiveness that He offers us each day. When we grasp the magnitude of His forgiveness for our own shortcomings, we begin to understand the power and necessity of extending that same forgiveness to others. Forgiveness is a bridge that spans the chasm of hurt and resentment. It is a conscious choice to release the bitterness and anger that keep us tethered to the past. It is a gift we give ourselves, freeing us from the heavy chains of unforgiveness. Imagine a bridge, strong and sturdy, built brick by brick. Each act of forgiveness, each decision to let go of anger lays another brick, slowly but surely creating a pathway to reconciliation. It may take time. The bridge may not be built in a day, but with each act of forgiveness we move closer to healing and wholeness. Crossing the bridge of forgiveness can be daunting. It requires vulnerability, humility, and a willingness to confront painful emotions. But the rewards on the other side are immeasurable. Freedom from bitterness, peace of mind, the possibility of restored relationships. The act of forgiveness does not erase the past. It does not condone the wrong, but it does allow us to move forward, unburdened by the weight of resentment. It opens our hearts to the possibility of healing, both for ourselves and for those who have hurt us. Patience, like a tiny seed, holds within it the potential for growth, for blossoming into something beautiful. When we plant the seed of patience in the soil of our relationships, we nurture an environment where understanding and forgiveness can flourish. Patience is not passive resignation, it is an active choice, a conscious decision to extend grace to others, recognizing that they, like us, are on their own journey, facing their own challenges. Patience is a form of love, a willingness to give others the time and space they need to grow and change. In the garden of human relationships, weeds of impatience can quickly choke out the delicate flowers of understanding and forgiveness. Impatience breeds frustration, anger, and division. It fuels conflict and hinders reconciliation. But when we cultivate patience, we create space for empathy to grow. We become more understanding, more forgiving. We learn to see the world through the eyes of others, appreciating their perspective even when it differs from our own. Patience is a vital ingredient in the recipe for unity and peace. Reconciliation is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing process, a daily choice to sow seeds of forgiveness, understanding, and empathy. It is in the small, everyday interactions that we can practice putting Colossians 3:13 into action. A kind word to a coworker who has frustrated us, a listening ear to a friend who has hurt us, a willingness to apologize when we are wrong. These seemingly small acts can have a ripple effect, creating a more harmonious environment in our homes, workplaces, and communities. Seek out opportunities to mend broken fences, reach out to someone you have wronged, extend an olive branch to someone who has hurt you. It may not always be easy, but the rewards of reconciliation far outweigh the discomfort. Remember that reconciliation is a two-way street. It requires effort from both parties. Be willing to forgive, but also be willing to seek forgiveness. Be open to dialogue, to understanding the other person's perspective. In the spirit of Colossians 3:13, strive to create a space where healing and unity can flourish. Love is the master key that unlocks the door to unity. It is the foundation upon which forgiveness, patience, and reconciliation are built. Love is not a fleeting emotion. It is a choice, a commitment to act in the best interest of others, even when it's hard, even when it requires sacrifice. Love is patient. It is kind. It does not envy or boast. It is not proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. When we choose to love, we choose to forgive, we choose to be patient, we choose to build bridges instead of walls. Love is the most powerful force in the universe, capable of mending broken hearts, restoring broken relationships, and creating a more unified and harmonious world. In the tapestry of human experience, love is the golden thread that binds us together. It is the source of our strength, our hope, and our healing. As we strive to live out the message of Colossians 3:13, let us remember that love is the master key to unlocking the door to unity and peace.